Good morning. I'm back in my house to show you some different ways that you can work your core. I'm sure that you've all heard of a classic move called the plank. That's one really great way to work your core, and you can vary the intensity of that in a number of ways. One of the easiest ways without changing your form is just to increase the time that you can hold the plank. There are two ways that you can move the plank. The first is to have your palms flat on the floor with your hands directly down from your shoulders. And then you're going to come up onto your toes, and then just make sure that you have a nice flat line from the top of your head to your tailbone. I would recommend, if you're new to this move, starting at maybe 30 seconds and then building yourself up to being able to hold it for 45, and then finally working up to a minute and then beyond. Another way that you can hold the plank is to come down on your forearms. And again, your legs are extended, your back is flat, your belly button is pulled in tight to your spine. And the same thing applies. I would recommend 30 seconds to start, moving into 45, and then actually working up to a minute and then beyond. You'll find that if you are cycling the plank, let's say you're going to work some toning exercises in between with weights, you might do a bicep curl and do a set of those, and then maybe an overhead press. And then to transition, you would hold the plank for a minute and then go back and do another set. And then again, hold the plank. So if you're doing that 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes at a time with exercises in between, you're gonna find that 1 minute is plenty. Now I'm gonna show you a more challenging version of the plank, and it's called an army crawl. And for that, I'm going to use my sliders, which I use paper plates. So again, we would start in that plank position with your forearms on the floor, and then I would have you change the position of your forearms, okay? So we're going to do an army crawl. Your legs are gonna be a little bit wider than shoulder width apart, or hip width. So you'd crawl, and then pull it back for 2. You'd go forward for 2, and then back for 2. And you're gonna find that this move is definitely more challenging than the other two. So I'm going to move into a side plank, which would really focus a little bit more on your obliques, your muscles on the sides. Again, your hand is directly down from your shoulder. You can either have your feet separated like this or stack them. And then you can hold your arm here, or you can hold it here. Now, for an added challenge with that, I'm gonna come so I'm facing more center. You could do hip dips. You could add a dumbbell to your hip. You can have a dumbbell on your hip and do hip dips. So dip and up, and this really targets your obliques. One last move would be a snatch. So we would start in the plank position, and just basically you're going to pull the weight up and down, and you would control it up and down, whoops. And that would just give you a little bit more of a challenge with that side plank. Again, if you're using the weight, you might choose to do 12 to 15 of the arm extensions. You might do 12 to 15 of the hip dips, or just hold the side plank. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to email me at bfitforlife73@gmail.com. Have a great day.